Peace, Selah, Shalom. Yo, another thing I want to touch on for a second is like, because a lot of people ask me like, what can I eat as alternatives when I deal with making dietary changes? Because when you're making that change, it's not easy. It takes time and it takes discipline. You can't do it overnight. So if you eat your meat and you're gonna say, oh, I'm gonna stop today, you know, unless you had a overwhelming strong spirit, some people will pull it off. But you gotta pace yourself, you know what I mean? You don't wanna go jump the gun too fast. You wanna make the changes as you progress. Like a plant don't grow overnight, it takes time. So with that, you wanna take time when you make the changes to your diet. So like, one thing definitely you're gonna have to cut out your diet is potatoes. A good substitute for potato is the red potato. It's a Brazilian potato that comes out of Brazil. It's a red potato. It's supposed to be an alkaloid potato. So you can substitute your potato for that if you like potatoes. Another thing is rice. I know a lot of people heavy on rice. I'm from the Caribbean, so we heavy rice eaters. So I had to stop the rice. And I'm a rice man, so I had to figure out something to replace it. And there's two things you could do to replace rice. There's plenty of things, alternatives, but I'm just giving you my choice. You could use, for a substitute for rice, they have something called quinoa. It's a grain. That's a good substitute. I mean, you pour it in a pot, put a little water, boil it, let it sit for a minute, and then it'll fluff up. That's a good source for rice, and it's high in iron. So with that, you're getting your iron as a substitute for rice. So now when you was eating rice as a starch, you know what I mean, creating mucus in the blood, creating mucus in the body, now you can switch that rice to quinoa, which is an alkaloid, and it's iron-based. So now when you're eating rice, you're getting your iron from your food. So that's one grain you can substitute rice for. Another one people use is couscous. That's pretty cool. You can check that out. It's spelled C-O-U-S, C-O-U-S, couscous. That's a grain that you can substitute for rice. And you could use wild rice, black rice. Those are good sources that come out of nature that are not starch-based and are more on the alkaline side. So, for meat now, I know that's the biggest challenge most people have is meat. What can they do to substitute for meat? Now you have stores. You may have, like they got a Seventh-day Adventist store. They sell vegetarian meat. They may have certain Oriental markets. They may sell the vegetarian meat. Now they even started selling them in the Kroger or in the Walmart. So what you want to do is find out what store sells vegetarian meat, go there, and select what may appease you. Some of them got hot dogs, they got chicken wings, hamburgers, they even got turkey. They got a large variety of different vegetarian meats that you can substitute for meat. And you could souffle it, cook it up just like you would meat. And you could start weaning yourself off of meat using the vegetarian meats, you know. So if you get that craving for meat, you could just eat that instead of eating the flesh and blood. And now you ain't getting that flesh and blood in your system no more. You're getting something else. And then if you want to wean yourself in a vegetarian meat, you could do that too. I'm just using that as an alternative for those who eat meat. Another thing, vegetables. You know, they got a vegetable called amaranth. Amaranth is one of the herbs I use in the tea. It's high in iron. It's a leaf, and they got the red stain in it. That stain is traces of iron. So that's a good source, and it's a spinach. So you can make it as a spinach, eat it as a salad, however you want to eat the amaranth. That's a good source. Red onion is a good source. I mean purple onion, I'm sorry. Purple onion. That's a highly alkaloid onion. If you like eggplant, you can do that. Like lettuce and stuff like that, it's cool, but there's not really too much minerals in that. You know what I mean? So you're not gonna get no nutritious values like eating lettuce or iceberg lettuce, anything like that. You're better off trying to find something that got more mineral base, like the amaranth I was mentioning. See if you can go to the store that has amaranth. I may put up a picture to show you how it looks. See if they got that and start consuming that, because it's high in iron. So you could be getting your iron from your quinoa, and you could be getting your iron from your amaranth in your dish as food. You're still getting your minerals, especially iron, because iron is a key mineral and it's a key player to the body. So with that, carrots, you want to stay away from carrots. Carrots is a starch, is a hybrid. You know what I mean? You could eat it, I'm not saying no, but if you do, just do it in moderation. But if you could cut out the diet, do that. Beets, same thing. If you could cut beets out the diet, do that. What else? Fruits, like I said the other day, any tropical fruits is good. Any tropical fruits, mango, blueberry, muscadine, pineapple, papaya, plums, tangerine, all those things are good sources. So, you know, from your grains to your fruits to your vegetables, that's what you wanna play with. And of course, you know, you got your other grains like almonds. That's a good source. You can make your own almond milk. Take the almonds, some water, blend it. Put a little bit of, you know, maple syrup. Get a little sweetened. You got your own almond milk, made from scratch. But I wanted to address the dietary law for a second as far as what sauces are good to eat. Because a lot of people may not know what foods to eat when they make the changes. Just want to touch on that for a second.